Hey, what's up everybody? This is Beets. So, I get the question a lot, I want to get into Dragon Quest, where should I start? And so, the purpose of this video is to introduce players to Dragon Quest, the RPG main series, Dragon Quest 1 through 10. Where should you start? Because they're all a little bit different. So, but you know, if you're one of those people who's not really into RPGs, you just kind of want to know what Dragon Quest looks like, what the characters are, and what the monsters are like, and what the setting's like, then I recommend Dragon Quest Heroes because it's perfect for introducing you to all those things, and like it's got Jessica in it, and I like that, and I love those characters. Dragon Quest Builders is a cute action-adventure RPG. It's basically a remake of the original Dragon Quest 1. It is a Minecraft Dragon Quest hybrid. It looks like a fantastic intro into the series. You grind on monsters, collect their drops, craft items, build houses for villagers, fulfill requests, and progress through his story. Thank you to Roleplaying TV for the footage. I look forward to this game when it comes out in October for PS4 and PlayStation Vita. Anyway, let's begin. If you're really into heavy story or combat, you might want a different game. But the best Dragon Quest game that's just the most Dragon Quest-like, it's got a really nice story, really charming. It eases you into combat. It really makes you role-play your character. Is Dragon Quest V. That's the personal best and my favorite. It's got a really cool dude in purple. He's got big old muscles and stuff. I love this. He's got this cat, but you can get married and have children. I recommend it to everyone. So, what's the best version? Buy either the 2DS, what is this? The DS version or the Super Famicom version. And if you just want the PS2 version's a little bit ugly, you can buy it on eBay or whatever. I got it for like 20 bucks. Square Enix store, it's also like 20 bucks. It's no problem. Throughout this video, I'm never gonna recommend the phone version of these games to you. Dragon Quest games are on your iPhone? That's stupid. Pirate them on your computer. If you're one of those people who's more into a party customization, or like to build up your skills and really just focus on combat, then I can easily recommend to you Dragon Quest III. This is the Super Famicom version of Dragon Quest III. It's my favorite version. I own it, but as you can see, it's in Japanese. So if you don't speak Japanese, it may be a problem. You can also buy Dragon Quest 1 through 3 on a compilation 25th anniversary for the Wii. It's hecka cool, dude, and it's got both the Super Famicom and the original Famicom versions, but it's only in Japanese. You big rubes. There's also a Game Boy Color version, which is really awesome because they still animate all the enemies for some reason. That's really cool. But you know, there's also an awesome fan translation patch. If you just want to pirate it, it's really nice fan translation. So go ahead and do that. But, you know, an alternate game you could start with is Dragon Quest IX. Dragon Quest IX is like Dragon Quest III with less personality and more skills and customization. Dragon Quest III and Dragon Quest IX, you don't have characters really because they don't have names. You create your entire party. Your party doesn't talk ever. These games are all about NPCs, little tiny towns. You go around, you walk places, you change your class and junk, I don't even know. The reason I recommend 9 over 3 is because Dragon Quest 9 is the worst Dragon Quest. Take that with a grain of salt because I own 2 copies of Dragon Quest 9. This is the Japanese version with an awesome box art. This is the US version. The fact that Dragon Quest fans can't agree on which game in the series is the worst speaks miles for the game. Speaks miles? Anyway, if I didn't like this game, I wouldn't own 2 copies. Every Dragon Quest is good, but this is the least interesting. Because it's the least interesting, I can easily recommend it as your first, because if you don't like the bare minimum Dragon Quests, you're not probably going to like any of the other Dragon Quests. So that's why I recommend this. Also, this is in 3D, and it's multiplayer, so you can play with your friends. See, I can play with my brother with this Japanese copy. Warning about Dragon Quest III, I highly recommend you play Dragon Quest 1 first. Dragon Quest 1, well, this is the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 bundle. Dragon Quest 1, even though these games don't share any story, Dragon Quest 1 and 3 are almost sort of, it's pretty cool if you play Dragon Quest 1 and then 3, trust me. Dragon Quest 1 is another game I can recommend if you like being really cool and starting with the first games in series, Dragon Quest 1 is still playable. You could play the NES version of Dragon Warrior, but you shouldn't, because it's really slow and really slow, which is boring for some people. Instead, I recommend you buy either the Super Famicom or Game Boy Color version and play the NES version afterward. Not the phone version. I'm never gonna speak of phone versions of Dragon Quest games again. The last game that I would recommend as a starting entry into the Dragon Quest series is the wonderful and fan favorite Dragon Quest VIII. The reason why it's my least, it's just really slow, dude. It's a really slow game. This is the first time Dragon Quest games are in full 3D. And because it's in full 3D, can you see this? It's in full 3D, so you know, it's really slow because everything's animated in a really slow, like, he's doodling in the sand. And battles were like in Dragon Quest V, a battle would take like a minute. Even like fighting slimes in this game takes about 2 or 3 minutes. It's kind of slow, everything's slow paced. However, it's fully voice acted. Your party members, you really get to know and love them. Despite it being slow, it's got a really nice cast of characters. It's fully voice acted. It is really pretty. So if you don't mind a slow game, I recommend the PS2 version, Dragon Quest VIII. There's a 3DS version of Dragon Quest VIII coming out soon in English. You could play that too. But really, it's the PS2 version is the best because it's in full 3D and it's HD and whatever. 3DS version isn't any of those things. But it does have more party members and dungeons, so that's pretty cool. So those are the 5 games that I would recommend anyone who wants to get into Dragon Quest start with. I'm not talking about Dragon Quest Heroes, of course. But, you know, I could go over the other ones really fast. Dragon Quest 4 is kind of boring. A lot of people love it. The characters are great, however, they do lose their personality after they join your party, which makes the game a little lifeless in the end. It's just another RPG, it's pretty standard. A lot of people love it though, so please don't hate me. I love it too. The best reason to play Dragon Quest 4 first would be because then you can listen to all of Yadain's songs about Dragon Warrior 4, and then you wouldn't feel like, oh man, I'm spoiling all these characters for me. Yadain, you rock. Love your Dragon Quest songs. Dragon Quest 6, I love a lot. I love it. A lot. I played it twice. It's on the DS and Super Famicom, and it's also pretty standard. Dragon Quest 7 is 100 hours long, and it's one of the best Dragon Quest games. I love Dragon Quest 7, but it's 100 hours long, so that's why I don't recommend you start with it. But you should totally buy it when it comes out on the 3DS in like 6 months or whatever. Do it, dude. It's awesome. Or you can just go to eBay and buy Dragon Warrior 7 for the PlayStation 1 right now. But that one's a little ugly. So, you know, whatever. I played it, though. It rocks. Dragon Quest 2 is hard. I don't remember much. Dragon Quest 10 is an MMO for the Wii. Dragon Quest 11 might be a good starting point, but I can't recommend it because it's not out yet. So yeah, let me recap real fast. If you want a really great story or just want to play the best version of what a Dragon Quest game is, just play 5. If you want customization and you want to play like something that has a lot of combat, play Dragon Quest 9. Or if you want the better version of Dragon Quest 9, play Dragon Quest 3. But really, I don't recommend you play Dragon Quest 3 until after you play Dragon Quest 1, which is a short and fun game and a good introduction to what this game was built off. And if you want a slow game that is very focused on characters and loving, you can play Dragon Quest 8 on the PS2. You know, so that's what I recommend. And if you want to know just my personal opinion on what you should do, I say start with Dragon Quest 5. Just do it. Then go on to Dragon Quest 1. Where is it? Dragon Quest 1. Just do it. Then play Dragon Quest 3. Those 3 games are the essential ones. And then once you do that, you got the 3 basics. You know pretty much everything about Dragon Quest at that point. Then you can play all the other ones in whatever order you want. If you want to know my personal preference for the best Dragon Quest to worst Dragon Quest, if for some reason you want that, well, I say number 5, then number 3, then number 1, 7, 8, 6, 4, 2, 9. And I've never played 10. that's the order I got for you, you know. So, you know, thanks for watching my video. If you thought this was pretty cool, thanks. You can watch my other videos. I'm not forcing you or anything, but I did spend a lot of time on this other one that explains what Dragon Quest is at all. So, you know, do that. If you haven't seen that, you could watch that one. Yeah, whatever. Hang out with me sometime. Peace out.
ObaboJagga.